Ever wondered how the aviation industry in India took flight? Let's soar back to 1911, when it all began with the first airmail service. The stage was set in Allahabad during the grandeur of the Kumbh Mela. A brave pioneer named Henry Piquet took the helm of a Humber biplane, charting a course for history with 6,500 letters on board. This marked the first airmail service in history, a moment that would forever change the face of communication and transportation in India. Fast forward to the 1920s, where aviation continued to gain momentum. The Royal Air Force initiated routine airmail flights between the bustling cities of Karachi and Bombay in 1920. This was a stepping stone, bringing regions closer and making the world a smaller place. As the decade progressed, the groundwork for India's future in aviation was being laid. 1924 saw the dawn of airport construction in key cities like Bombay, Calcutta, and Allahabad. These airports would serve as gateways, connecting India with the world and opening a new chapter in the nation's march towards progress. The latter part of the decade witnessed the establishment of the Aero Club of India in 1927. This was a significant milestone, marking the birth of India's aviation community. That same year, J.R.D. Tata, an icon in Indian aviation, received India's first private pilot's license, setting the stage for what would become one of the country's leading airlines. As the 1930s rolled in, Tata Air Services, later known as Tata Airlines, began its operations. Starting with airmail services, it soon expanded to include passenger flights, thus beginning a new era in Indian aviation. By 1940, the foundation for India's aviation industry was firmly set, ready for the next phase of its exciting journey. The 1940s marked a turning point in Indian aviation, with the rebranding of Tata Airlines to Air India. This change in 1946 was more than just a new name. It was a symbol of a nation ready to take flight, ready to connect with the world in ways it had never done before. The rebranding also signified a shift in focus from primarily mail services to passenger flights, a move that would eventually shape the future of Indian aviation. Just 2 years after the rebranding, in 1948, a new chapter began with the birth of Air India International Limited. This marked the beginning of India's journey into international skies, connecting the vibrant country with the rest of the world. The establishment of Air India International Limited was a testament to India's ambition and its commitment to bringing its unique culture and spirit to the global stage. However, the most significant shift in the Indian aviation landscape occurred in 1953. The Indian government, recognizing the strategic importance of aviation, decided to nationalize the industry. This move led to the merger of 8 major airlines into 2 state-owned entities. Air India was designated for international routes, while Indian Airlines was tasked with domestic flights. This nationalization aimed to streamline operations, ensure service quality, and make air travel more accessible to the Indian populace. With the nationalization of the aviation industry, the Indian government took a decisive step towards shaping the future of air travel in the country. It was a period of consolidation and restructuring as the industry adapted to new challenges and opportunities under the state's stewardship. This era saw the consolidation of Indian aviation under the wings of 2 major airlines, Air India and Indian Airlines. It was a time of significant change and progress, laying the groundwork for the rapid growth and expansion that Indian aviation would experience in the decades to come. The 1970s to 2000s were marked by expansion, policy changes, and the entry of private airlines. This time was a pivotal era in the history of Indian aviation, setting the stage for a competitive industry landscape. During the early 1980s, the Open Skies policy was introduced, providing a significant boost to the industry. This policy was a game changer, allowing private airlines to operate alongside the state-owned airlines. The new policy opened up the Indian skies, providing an opportunity for private entities to enter the market and compete, thereby diversifying the industry. Moving into the 1990s, another significant development was the repeal of the Air Corporation Act. This act had previously protected the monopoly of state-run airlines, but its repeal marked the end of this monopoly. This decision further liberalized the industry, providing a much-needed impetus for growth and competition. The repeal of the Air Corporation Act was a turning point, as it welcomed new players into the market. Among these were private carriers like Jet Airways and Air Sahara, which quickly made their mark. The entry of these airlines not only introduced more options for travelers, but also spurred a wave of innovation and improvement in services, as competition led to the need for differentiation. This period of expansion and challenges saw the Indian aviation industry transform. It was no longer an industry dominated by state-run airlines. Instead, it had become a vibrant market with multiple players vying for a share of the skies. This era of change brought with it both opportunities and challenges, as airlines had to navigate the complexities of competition, regulation, and changing consumer demands. The introduction of the Open Skies policy, the repeal of the Air Corporation Act, and the emergence of private carriers like Jet Airways and Air Sahara were all pivotal moments. These changes set the stage for the dynamic and competitive industry that Indian aviation is today. This era saw the Indian skies opening up to private airlines, ending the monopoly of state-run airlines and heralding a new era of competition. The history of Indian aviation is a testament to the power of policy changes and competition in shaping an industry. The 21st century has been a time of rapid growth and modernization for Indian aviation. As the new millennium dawned, the industry was ready to soar to new heights. The early 2000s marked a significant shift in the industry's landscape with the introduction of low-cost carriers like Indigo and SpiceJet. These airlines revolutionized air travel in India, making it more accessible and affordable for the masses. The rise of these low-cost carriers not only democratized air travel, but also spurred competition, leading to improved services and better customer experiences. The impact of this change was profound. Air travel was no longer a luxury but a convenience, a shift that propelled India into the world's third-largest aviation market. The growth of the Indian aviation market didn't stop at increasing passenger numbers. There were significant investments in airport infrastructure as well. New airports sprouted across the country, and existing ones were modernized and expanded. These developments not only improved the quality of air travel but also facilitated the growth of commerce and tourism. In the face of challenges and competition, the Indian aviation industry has shown resilience and adaptability. It has embraced modernization, adopting new technologies and practices to continually improve its services. The industry's commitment to growth and progress is evident in its ongoing efforts to improve connectivity and modernize its fleet. From humble beginnings to becoming a global aviation hub, the Indian aviation industry's journey is truly remarkable. Its story is one of determination, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to making air travel accessible to all. As we look to the future, we can only expect this growth trajectory to continue as the Indian aviation industry reaches for the skies. The Indian aviation sector continues to soar with ongoing efforts to improve connectivity and modernize its fleet. This fascinating journey, spanning over a century, tells a tale of remarkable progress and innovation. From the first airmail service launched in Allahabad back in 1911 to the pioneering efforts of Tata Airlines and the establishment of Air India, the Indian skies have been home to numerous trailblazing moments. The mid-20th century brought nationalization, merging 8 major airlines into 2, Air India for international routes and Indian Airlines for domestic flights. This period laid the groundwork for the expansive network we see today, connecting cities across the country and beyond. In the late 20th century, the Open Skies policy and the repeal of the Air Corporation Act opened the doors to private airlines, breaking the monopoly of state-run airlines. This era saw the emergence of carriers like Jet Airways and Air Sahara, expanding the choices for travelers across India. The turn of the millennium marked a new era of rapid growth and modernization. Low-cost carriers such as Indigo and SpiceJet revolutionized air travel, making it accessible to a wider population. As a result, India has grown to become the world's third-largest aviation market. If you want to dive deeper into this captivating journey, resources like the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, and the history sections of various Indian airlines offer a treasure trove of information. Each page of this history is a testament to the resilience, innovation, and ambition of the Indian aviation industry. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such intriguing journeys into the world of aviation. Also, hit the bell icon for latest updates. Remember, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning.